Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost, and today we are here to unbox the physical release of Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Shantae and the Seven Sirens is the most recent release in the Shantae series, and this game has a very interesting history as it was released first as a multi-part series game on Apple Arcade back in 2019. The game later released on all platforms including the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC in May of 2020. So this game, very interesting that it first came out in two parts on Apple devices exclusively, but now we have the full version, and today we have the physical release on the Nintendo Switch here to unbox, along with some other goodies. Now, before we go any further in this unboxing video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my good friend Matt's LP Adventures here on YouTube. He helped me out greatly here as he was the one who provided all the Shantae stuff we are going to be unboxing here today. He gifted me the copy of Seven Sirens here physically on the Switch, along with all the other stuff here you see in the video. So Matt, if you are watching, thank you so much for this. I greatly appreciate this gift. And thanks to you, we have ourselves a video here where we will be taking a look at all the goodies that you get with Seven Sirens. Now I should mention that this is the standard release of the game on the Switch. There was a collector's edition limited run had where you get a whole bunch of extra stuff with this game. As you can see, we are not unboxing that here today. We are just unboxing the standard release of the game, but this is all I really care about personally, as a lot of the other goodies I wouldn't really use per se, or maybe some of that stuff didn't really fit my interests. So I'm very happy to just have this game physically on the Nintendo Switch. But before we unbox the game, we have something else here on the table I want to go ahead and unbox first, and that's in this big white envelope. In here is something very, very special. So, taking this out, as you will see, we have ourselves a Shantae plush. This is a very new thing made by Limited Run, and I am very, very excited to be opening this up. So let's go ahead and do so here. So this here is a very big figure, as you can see, but I am perfectly fine with this. I like plushes in general. They're always a nice decoration piece to have. So opening this up, I'm taking her out of the bag. As you can see, the only thing in here is just the plush itself. So just gonna go ahead and throw that bag aside, and here is Shantae. So this is a very nice looking plush. She has her very long hair here just from the game. It's all tied up. So, you know, you have your standard whip attack, although if you try to do it with the actual plush, it's a little bit weirder. I do like how the hair is loose, so it does feel like you can still use her hair as an attack from the games, which is very fitting. Look here on the front, you got her earrings here, which do feel very nice. Her hair is well dangling down. Very nice details here. It does feel nice and soft. It's a really good looking plush. I really do like this one. It is very, very well detailed. We have a tag here on the side, which does say it's a Shantae figure. It's a collectible plush here. And yeah, ages 4 plus. Ages 4 plus, in case, you know, you're a toddler, maybe you shouldn't have one of these, but I'm definitely over the age of 4, so I think we're fine on that front. Got a Shantae tag here in the back, and that's basically everything. So yeah, this is a really cool looking figure. I definitely am very, very happy to have something like this. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to prop her up in the video, so we're just going to have Shantae take a nap for the rest of this while we take a look at her physical game release over here. So before going on, there was another thing in that package, which was this here. This is a little poster slash info card from Limited Run talking about all the other games they have on their platform, what they published up to this point, and it's kind of like a checklist of some way as well in case you do pick up multiple Limited Run games. You can kind of use this to say which ones you have and which ones you are missing. A lot of information here on this poster. I'm going to just go ahead and put a picture of this on screen so you can easily see everything on it, as putting this here in a video wouldn't do best on my camcorder, so here's the full thing in its highest quality possible here. And yeah, it's a very nice looking poster. I'm probably not going to be hanging this one up myself, but it is nice to still have a checklist of some of their physical games just in case you want to know which ones you may have or may be missing at this point. It's a nice little touch of detail. So moving right along here, we have our next thing we're going to take a look at here, which is this little collector's card. These cards usually come with whatever purchase you make from Limited Run, and it's themed around the game you have. So this here is a card based on the intro shot from Seven Sirens, and it has a number there on the bottom. So as you see, it says number 45, saying that this is the 45th release on the Nintendo Switch, and that's basically it. So it's a very nice looking card. It is holographic in some way, so that does look really nice as well. You have the Limited Run logo on the back, which is nice. It's just a nice little looking card, nice little thing that just kind of put on your shelf and display. So now without any further ado, let's go ahead and open up the main attraction here, which is the game itself. So this is the physical release of Shantae and the Seven Sirens. So if we flip it around here on the back to take a look at more detail here, on the back of the box here, we got a little description of the game, as you usually get here on the back of the box, saying Shantae is back in an all-new tropical adventure. This adventure is very different compared to her last, where she does have her transformations, just like in Half Genie Hero, but now it's more structured like a Metroidvania once again, compared to the more linear-based gameplay that was in Half Genie Hero. So they took what worked from the last game, and they expanded upon it, with ideas they used from past games like Pirate's Curse, the original, or even Rissy's Revenge. So yeah, there's some good looking box art here. I do like the nice detail here on the back. And there's really not much else to say. On the spine here, obviously you see Limited Run's logo. That way you can tell who is the publisher here. Very nice looking box art in general. It's very, very expressive. And now let's go ahead and open this sucker up. Taking off the shrink wrap here, we go ahead and open up the case itself. Get a good look inside here. Not much artwork going on in the back. We do have a little bit of a water effect, but we also have the manual here of the game, as you can see, and then the cartridge. So if we take out the manual here and the cartridge, you can see the artwork a little bit better here on the back. It's a little bit hard to see in the case itself, but if we take the sleeve out of the case to take a better look, there it is. Nice looking underwater ship from the looks of things here in this picture. Could be a city, who knows? You need to play the game to really understand what this is referencing. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that manual. So here's the manual for Seven Sirens. Since I have the Switch version, it is a little small here as a booklet, but it makes sense as this is the size it needs to be to fit in a Switch case. So if we open it up here, we get a little description in the beginning talking about what's in the book. You have your description of the story, the cast, side characters, bad guys, and even a notes section. So if you want to read this and get some good information about the story, this is a nice little place to start before you pop in your game for the Switch. It's always nice to have manuals like this nowadays, as a lot of games do not come with manuals anymore. You're lucky if you can get a little slip in a case that just kind of talks about health and safety warnings, let alone a proper full-colored manual with lots of detail just like this. This tells you a lot of information here, and there is a lot in this little booklet. It may not have that much space for notes, but that makes sense. I honestly would never really use the notes section, but it's nice to still have something like this. And the descriptions they have for every character is very good, along with their artwork. For example, this artwork here of Risky is really detailed. I am a big fan of that art. So this is a very nice looking manual, very descriptive for what it is, and I'm very glad to see a manual in a physical release. This is a rare sight to see nowadays, so it's always nice to get one of these manuals. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the cartridge itself, which is really not much to talk about here, as this is a tiny little cartridge. And in fact, if we zoom in on the art here a little bit more, as you can see with that art, it's very, very detailed. Shantae is just doing one of her attacks from the game. Looks like a fire attack, just engulfing her body. And then you have the logo there. Got Limited Run's logo as well for the publisher, your rating, all the information. It's a nice looking cartridge. And that is everything I have here today to unbox for Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Overall, I'm very happy with the physical release here of Seven Sirens. I think the box art's very expressive, the manual is very detailed, and the cartridge does look pretty good as well. The card they give you here is a little collector's piece. It's a nice little additional detail you can put on your shelf. And then this Shantae plush. Oh man, this Shantae plush is very, very detailed. She is a very, very nice looking little figure here, and I'll be very happy to display her here in my room going forward. I'm a huge fan of the Shantae series, so I'm very happy to add yet another Shantae game to my collection here. And once again, huge shout out and thank you goes to my good friend Matt's LP Adventures for gifting me all of this stuff regarding Shantae and the Seven Sirens. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have got the physical release of Seven Sirens and this plush. So I really do appreciate it, Matt. Thank you so much for picking these things up for me. But with all that said, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.